Much there.
Hi, Gupta. Dr. Gupta, how are you? Thank you so very much.
I'm good, but I had a problem this morning. I had to go online to the police to report a big theft.
Oh, geez.
Unbelievable theft has happened this morning.
Right.
And the police commissioner just asked me two questions.
Right.
Number one, what was the valuables that are lost in this theft? Ideas which are for my presentation.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Then the police commissioner said, I'm not going to register the complaint because did you learn something from them? I said, yes, I did learn a lot. Right. So the FIR was not lodged.
Excellent. I'm going to let you take it away. Thank you. I think in your usual style, you have woken up people from...
I hope they're there. I don't know where people are. I hope they're there. Yes, sir. We're ready.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so welcome to the session, Thinking as a Skill. And we're going to master how to think, because a lot of people spoken about thinking, creativity, brain, blah, blah, blah. But how to, that's missing. So how to make it a habit. And in this scenario, how to make this organization-wide habit. It's not just your habit. It's everybody to do exactly what you want them to do, is to think. Why? That's what we're going to cover in this wonderful session that we're going to master. So who's me? I work with Edward de Bono, and I'm going to ask you a few questions soon and get you involved. So please use your app. Those who are on the app, please use the app and make sure you answer up in the chat on the app, because there's a chat option there. And I like your responses up in the session. All right. So I'll be looking forward. I will be looking forward to getting your responses up in the app. I'm just showing it to you. So please make sure all of you are up in the app with me in this particular session. All right. So I've got mine ready. So I work with Edward de Bono for the last 28 years. My role is lifetime master trainer. I've written 7 books on innovation, and more about that in a few minutes. But I like to talk about my master, my guru, my originator. His name is Edward de Bono. So if you haven't seen him, this is up his picture. It's an old picture because he is old. He's 86 years of age, but he has a distinction of an average 1 book every year of his life. 85 books on innovation. Books have been translated in 40 different languages. So what I'm going to share is part of his seminal research connected with the brain that started off as being a medical doctor. So his MD was in medicine, that's doctor of medicine, and his research in psychology and his doctoral work was on how the brain works. And he came to the conclusion the brain gets us into routine patterns and does not allow us to think. So based on his seminal research, which was called the mechanism of mind, he conceived of a new word in the English language, lateral thinking. He's so far invented over 200 words in the English language. The first one, of course, being lateral thinking till today, intellectual property of Edward de Bono. So a lot of research when he was at Oxford, Cambridge, and later on at the Harvard Business School on how to inculcate thinking as a skill. So good books for you. The two of mine up here, 2 of mine here, and 3 of his. Good books for you to read, and they're fabulous, and we're going to cover some of that up here. So quality of our thinking will determine the quality of our future. If we think well now, we'll have a wonderful tomorrow. If we stop thinking now, when the chips are down, when things get fine, we'll not be there, because we would have forgotten our running shoes. How's that? Because we are now on flat-footed shoes in our feet. We're not running. We stopped running. So we have to think differently. So what are the fundamentals we're going to cover here? How do you make this a habit? How do you make this your part of your DNA? So the how-tos. So how do you be a good thinker is learning a few things that we're going to cover in the next 15 minutes. First is working on intelligent thinking. So soon we're going to cover intelligence is not what we want. So I like to defer with one of our learned speakers that I don't want an intelligent leader. Because an intelligent leader knows it all. So we'll tell you the difference between intelligence and thinking, and a lot of research at the Harvard Business School, even after Edward de Bono, has led to the premise there's a big difference between intelligence and thinking. And what we need today is thinking leaders. We don't need intelligent people. There are a lot of intelligent people around. A lot of people know everything. So what's the difference between knowing everything and thinking? Second, perception. We're going to do a lot of exercise on that. And then, how do you become a good thinker? Using some tools. So we'll sample some tools as well as we move along in this session. So I've got some pictures up here, and on the chat, I'd like some answers from you. What do you see up in the pictures? Do you see any commonality? Do you see any phenomena that's emerging in these 8 pictures up on this slide of mine? Right? I would like to see some commonalities that you can think of, some phenomena that you can think of. Somebody says can't hear anything. Chat is disabled. Is chat disabled? No?
Yes, Dr. Gupta, you have a question?
Okay, all right. So people can't hear me. That's what they're saying. They say chat is disabled on the phone. So how to use the app to reply? All right. So you can answer. You can answer. You can ask a question. You can put it up anywhere, and I will get the response. So some people are responding now. Yep. Okay. So what do you see up here? Come on. What's a phenomenon you see here? What's a commonality you see here? I haven't got the correct answer as yet. The correct answer for all of you is, well, very, very important. What is that? Each one of them is doing something that's a skill. You see somebody playing tennis. Everybody knows one. Skill. Chef. Skill. Cricket. Skill. Ballerina. Skill. Carpenter. Skill. Driving the car. Though some people may disagree in some parts of the world, it's a skill. The local folk dances, it's a skill. Getting a wacko haircut, it's a skill. So thinking is a skill too, just like any other skill. That's a skill that you can develop and you can master. Again, I'm going to ask for feedback. Some people are already putting it up in the comments, and 2 people are running a race, as you can see. And I'm going to give you exactly 30 seconds to make up your mind. So think, note, write. Wonderful phrase of Edward de Bono. And make it a way of life at work, home, everywhere. Think first, note, and then write. Don't speak your 2 cents first. First think, then contribute. So think. 30 seconds to think, then I'll ask you for your output up on the chat, so on the app or up on the chat. So what's the question? Question is 2 people are doing a 100 meters race. One of them is on the bicycle. The other one is running. Who is going to win the race? I want you to think first. 30 seconds. I'll tell you when 30 seconds is up. Who do you think is going to win the race? I don't want anybody to post anything at the moment. I saw somebody's already posted one. Hang on. Which one of the 2 is going to be winning the race? Okay, so some people are answering. Come on, now start using the app. Tell me which of the 2 is going to win the race. Out of these 2, who's going to be actually the winner? I'm waiting for an answer from somebody. Yep. Who's going to be the winner? Who do you think is going to be the winner? Up on the Q&A. Who's going to be the winner? Well, no answers as yet. No answers as yet. People perplexed. Perhaps, I don't know whether they're using the app or not. They can. Okay, they can use the app to communicate with me. So put it up, or we can get you on the chat here. There's a chat option here too. So put it up in the question answer. Question answer. Who do you think is the winner? So a lot of people will tell you the one on the cycle is the winner. Some people may argue that the man who's on his 2 feet is going to be the winner. Why? Everybody's going to give you justifications. We love justifications. We love to substantiate our arguments without thinking. And that is a big failure at work, a big failure at home too. Why is that? Because the one on the bicycle, perhaps I want to give you some hard, tough reality facts check. It's his first day on the bicycle and he's got a flat tire. How do you think he's going to win the race? I don't know. And You see, he's not focused. A lot of speakers have said, we need focus, we need focus, we need goal orientation. So with him jeering away at the other person, how do you think he's going to be the winner? He's lack of focus. He's got a faulty tool. These tools are not working. You think you've given laptops to everybody, but they can't even log in. We've given such wonderful app. People not knowing how to use it. Then how are you going to be the winner? So having something is not going to make you a winner. I may get you an Airbus 380 to fly, but you never flown an Airbus 380. You never even flown a glider. How do you think you're going to be a pilot of an Airbus 380? What about the man on his 2 feet? Well, he's got a technical disadvantage. First of all, he has got no AI, no MI. He's got no machine learning. He's got no automation. He's got no IoT, nothing. He's on his 2 feet. And unfortunately, some of us are that way. We don't have the wherewithals. We don't have the resources to win something. So what does Edward de Bono say? It's a classic caricature of Edward de Bono. He says, actual answer is, we cannot tell who's going to be the winner. It'll be incorrect to presuppose or be preemptive and identify one of them as a winner, because there are so many factors. So we have to take into consideration many factors. If you're in HR, you have to keep a lot of factors in mind. A lot of factors, not just one, two. Multiple factors have to be kept in mind if you want to win this race. Pandemic race, life after pandemic race, a lot of factors have to be kept in mind. They will only happen if we go by the thinking route. So thinking is a skill. It's a deliberate skill. And formal and deliberately we have to master the skill. Just like a tennis player goes to the tennis court to master the skill. Just like a new cook. A lot of people learn cooking in the last 4 months. Somebody mentioned YouTube video, how to cook. So exactly, people are doing that. People are seeing recipes and cooking on their own. They never cooked before in their life. I know people who never stepped in the kitchen ever in their life. But the last 4 months, gourmet, master chef, all right? It is Michelin kitchens that have been converted from know nothing. So it's a skill. And how do you master the skill? If you understand big difference between intelligent people and thinking people. Intelligent people have certain attributes. What are they? They know everything. And I loved the point Tasin said in the panel. He said, L&D, some L&D, not all L&D, some L&D think we know everything. So that I know it all attitude is intelligent. You know, if let us say a vendor says we want to showcase something, they say, no, I know it, I've seen it. They've not known, they've not seen it, they're not willing to look at possibilities. They're very intelligent, but it's limiting opportunities, limiting options, limiting other ways to do something. So highly intelligent people are very often poor thinkers. So how do we define intelligent person? Research shows intelligent person identified by IQ, school scores, school exams, degrees, qualifications, blah, 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 blah. And they may not necessarily be good thinkers. So what's the big difference between intelligent people and good thinkers? So good thinkers have certain attributes, and that's what you need to inculcate. The first attribute of a good thinker is they will challenge perceptions. They will not accept things on face value. They will say, okay, this is one way to look at something. Let me look at 5 other ways the same thing. Because if I look at this thing, let's say I'm looking at e-learning or L&D, how can I look at it 5 different ways? If I look at it 5 different ways, ideas galore. My perceptions will change. My way of delivery platforms will change. My way of thinking about the vendor will change. I will have new solutions that I never thought about before. If you look at hiring and you see hiring one way, you'll go traditional route, go LinkedIn for hiring, do press advertising for hiring, go for referrals for hiring. You will not see another way. But if you say, no, let us challenge. Why hiring? Why traditional campus hiring? For example, let's challenge that and look at it another way. Then we will have a wonderful school of thought emerging. Maybe we will have our own university where we'll admit young people who are school dropouts and then condition them to sell and think only our products. How is that? So they do a 3-year degree course with us. we give them a BS in whatever discipline, and they learn only about our products. So now we've got a wonderful opportunity. We could think of a virtual university that could breed the next level employees for us. I don't need to go to any campus. Why do I need to do the traditional thinking? Challenge what you see. If you don't challenge what you see, garbage will come in and garbage will go out. New thoughts will not be possible. Some people still not getting into the act of using the app and giving feedback. So perception has many, many possibilities. I'm going to give you 30 seconds once I tell you what the question and challenge for you is. Your question challenge is, and you can think in your mind first, think, note, write. There are 5 alphabets, TEMPH. Which alphabet do you reckon is the odd one out, and why? All right, so I may ask people why. Yeah, of course, not so interactive for me to give the answer, but the chat is going to be wonderful. Some people are using it, so I like, yeah, superb. Some people are doing a great job. Start thinking now. 30 seconds. Is T odd, is E odd, M odd, P odd, or H odd? Which one of them is odd? Which one doesn't fit? Challenge your perception. Challenge what comes into your eyes and how you process it in your brain. 30 seconds. I'm waiting for answers on the app. Start giving me the answers if you haven't. Now's the time. So please give me the answers of which alphabet do you reckon is the odd one out? Which alphabet is the one that you think is not going to be the one that fits with the rest of the alphabet? So you can see here, a lot of people would pick up on E. Why? Because that's traditional. E is vowel, A-E-I-O-U in English. They would say E is it. Some people are good in Scrabble. They will say knock off H because then they got temporary or temperature. Wow. Some people who play Scrabble, they will jumble the letters. That's all I asked for. Either way. Somebody said H, and I would say a digital clap to this person because I don't get the name of this person. Yes, Dr. Pranjali Madhur. She says H, and I say to Pranjali a digital clap. Why? Because she sees things differently, man. Some people see things one way, and that hampers the progress for the team, for their function, for the organization, and for the society in which you and I are operating. So we got a larger responsibility for the circle of influence we can create by thinking differently. So H, Pranjali, superb. Pranjali can substantiate, but I don't want to wait for that. H is odd for multiple reasons. If you flip H one way, it would still remain H. If you flip H another way, it will remain H. Mirror image of H will still be H. And guess what? H is last of these 5 alphabets. So whatever was Pranjali's logic, rationale, was substantiated with much more. I'm going to ask some more people. Yeah, some more. Yeah. Okay, so some more. Wonderful. I want some more answers. Any more you think is odd? Any more? So I'll make it quick. I can't see any answer coming up here. People are saturated with thinking perhaps, but you have to think. Thinking is not saturation. Thinking is a mental exercise. You've got to keep your brain cells active. It's a wrong thing that the older you get, your brain cells evaporate. They don't. You have to innovate. Otherwise, you will evaporate. Remember that. So M is odd because M is in the middle of these 5 letters. M is odd because it's got a V inside M. T is odd because it's the first out of these 5 letters. M is odd because it's in the middle of these 5 letters. E is odd because it's a second of these 5 letters. P is odd because it's a fourth out of these 5 letters. P is odd because if you flip P, it can be a B. If you flip B, it can be a D. If you flip P, it can be a Q. P is odd. I'm just waiting, and I've got no answer beyond the answers that I got. Yeah, P is odd because that's the only one with a curvature. That's the only one that has got a curved part of its alphabet design. All others are straight line, diagonal lines, vertical line. But this one is fabulous, isn't it so? So, you know, when we challenge ourselves, new thinking is possible. Come on, I want you to think quickly, and this one is very, very easy. The first part, what is it? Next terms in the following arithmetic sequence. Even a dodo could get this right. Okay, so I'm sure you're going to get it right because it's for dummies. This arithmetic sequence is for dummies. You don't need, rocket NASA brains for that. It's a cookie cutter. 15, 22, 29, what's the next one? Come on, type, tell me, what's the next one? Quick, no need. Oh, wow, excellent. Somebody already said 36. There's somebody is, only Dr. Pranjali. She's the only one thinking. That's not good. I want more people to think. Okay, so more people should be thinking. Padmani, given the wonderful answer as well. Thank you. Wonderful thinkers out there, and they're using the app. They know how to use technology. They are digital employees. They know the future. Now I'm going to make it difficult, right? This is simple, a little difficult. What is that? That's life. I want the sum of digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10. So what is the meaning of an arithmetic sum? In case you never heard of this word before, or you heard it in school and never got revisited of this concept. 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 and a 4 is 10. What's a sum? I want a quick answer. Give me the sum of the digits 1 to 10. What's the answer? Come on, think. I'm waiting. 5, 10. Superb. I got an answer from Padmani Pandya. Bau saru kita tame. Excellent. Okay. Gujarati ma bolwano bau saru. So answer is 55. She has done it. Fabulous. Answer is 55. But life is not so simple. More so COVID, post-COVID. You're thinking complexity, working from home, and you're getting bogged down with all that. You're not really thinking out of the box. So now I'm going to give you a more complex scenario, like the current scenario. How would you give me digit totals 1 to 100? Meaning, give me sum all the way up to 100, right? So thinking not natural. Somebody's asking already a question, Emmanuel, it's not natural. It has to be developed. It's a misconception. And the first man to dispel that misconception, right, started in Greek times by the Greek gang of 3. They were the first ones to say deliberately we need to have argument, debating, etc. Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. Subsequently, scientific body of knowledge was first created by Dr. Alex Osborn and then by Edward de Bono around all of his tools and methods. So here what's happening is that we need a formula, and that formula you learned in school and you've forgotten it now. And that happens to a lot of formulas that we learned in school. They have no value add in current business. So we do n plus n squared divided by 2, that will give us 5050. But we can't do that. We want an easier way, quicker way, faster way, better way, because we have to challenge ourselves. What was good yesterday is not going to be good today. What is good today? No way tomorrow. So we have to challenge existing ways. How do we do that? Edward de Bono invented a wonderful word, po. It got entry into the dictionary, and it's a wonderful method. Let's say reverse po. It's one of the tools of thinking. Reverse provocation. So wherever you are, silently you can chant with me. Po. Remember, that's the way you pronounce it. You don't say PO. PO will mean a purchase order. Po, po, po. So po means think radically different. So I'm going to start by having a second line of thought process here. So I will do it real time with you. And what is the second line of thought process here? Now I will say 100 up to 1. Why? Because now if I total the digits, I will get 1 plus 1 plus 100. Answer or the sum will be 101. Let me see all combination permutation. 2 plus 99 will give me a 101, and so on and so forth. To make it quick, rapid, simple, all 100 digits will give you 101. So what's the answer? Answer is very simple, using your creative thinking, using this as a skill. Look at making things simpler, quicker, faster, better. Don't do things old-fashioned way. Do things simpler, quicker, faster, better. That is a rule of life today. It's a core value, simplicity. Do not build complexity. If you're in HR, how can HR be simple? Instead of 10 steps, how can I make it 1 step? Instead of induction, 50 forms, how can I make it 0 form? If I make it 0 form, how could you integrate with all other forms? That is the beauty. So what are intelligent people guilty of? Intelligent people are guilty of common failures. What are these common failures? 5 common failures of intelligent people. They fail to look for something. They don't have the inquisitive mind. We need to have the inquisitive mind. They see only part of the situation. They don't see the whole thing. They leave many things out. They don't take consequences into account. They think only today. They don't think tomorrow. They do not listen to other people. They're arrogant. We know it all. That's why I like that. Seems common. And then they should not be arrogant. Arrogant will lead to complacency. Complacency will lead to failure. Will lead you to evaporate. So if you have to innovate, you have to, somebody said before this word, we have to co-create. Now is a good time to sit with vendors and ask vendors, what do you think? How you can do the delivery? What is it you can do differently? Come on, team, how would you like to learn differently? Get the voice of all the stakeholders on the table. This is the perfect opportunity for you to start demonstrating that you're a thinker. And last, don't see something one way, see it multiple ways. So that's why intelligence is not a good word. It's a bad word. Intelligence lacks constructive energy, no design, no creativity, etc., etc. I'm going to stop and tell you a lot of tools are available. Somebody asked what are tools available. Edward de Bono has 60 COT tools, 10 POP tools, power of perception tools, 6 thinking hats, 6 tools, 7 lateral thinking tools, 6 value medals, 10 simplicity tools, a long list of tools by other pioneers as well. Before I wrap up, quick look at a short 3-minute video and then questions from all of you. Okay, let's hope we get the video moving. Yeah, we are. I'd like you to see this video on how you can do some brain gyms. You need to do some exercise with your brains to make this a way of life. It won't happen automatically. You can only be a good thinker if you practice every single day.
If I'm bad at something, what's the point in trying? I already know I'm gonna stay bad at it.
If you hit the gym every day, lifting heavier weights, would you stay the same? Nah, your muscles look grow and change. Turns out that your brain is the same. Scientists came to this conclusion: you can rewire your brain. It's true. I used to think I was born bad at math. There's nothing I can do about that. But the reality is I can change that. Put in work and my brain will arrange that. It's not that my brain gets bigger. It's the neural connections that get thicker. And my brain grows the most when I get something wrong that I don't know. And then I analyze where I made a mistake. That activity builds up my brain pathway. My brain grows more when I mess up than when I get something right. I bet you didn't know that never something you know. Now you can pick how you want your brain to grow.
Dr. Gupta, I'm not able to see the video, only we can hear the music. Now, I can hear it, but no, the video doesn't play.
One second.
No worries. I suggest you can put that as a link in your chat room. You can watch that later. I do have a question for you, Dr. Gupta. We're running out of time.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. I think people got the message. So let me just get this back. 1 second. Let me get me back on track, please.
No worries.
Let me get my screen back. Lovely. I got my screen back.
A very interesting question. I'm sure you'll give it a twist. How this is asked, just give me a second. Too many questions have come actually. How thinking can be different, how the thinking can be given the direction. When the mind is full of thinking, how do you unthink and rethink? And the way we learn, unlearn and relearn.
Excellent question. And there are tools for everything. So we got what are called as divergent thinking tools and convergent thinking tools. So with divergent thinking, I'm thinking wild ideas, crazy ideas, wacko ideas. But at the end of the day, I can't take all the wacko ideas to my CEO. He's going to say, get the hell out of here. What's practical in this scenario? I don't have the budget. It's not going to work. Blah, blah, blah. That's where I need convergent thinking. And there are tools for convergent thinking. Meaning, I need to pick up the low-hanging fruit, see what's feasible, what's possible, And you have to master all of these tools to become a winner. It's not just thinking ideas. That's why our session is thinking. It includes the creative thinking, the cognitive thinking, the critical thinking, the strategic thinking. All forms of thinking are required, not just generating ideas.
Right.
Because somebody's going to buy your ideas in the end. Question.
So how do I unthink and rethink?
By consciously making this a habit. So when you are consciously putting it part of your DNA and saying, this is one good proposal, and I'm very excited, I'm going to take it to my CEO, and he's going to say yes. That's where I need to pause and say, have I done my homework correctly? Can I get 4 more proposals for my CEO? So now let me go to him with 5 proposals. How's that? And the strike rate is going to be much better in the decision. The output is going to be much better, and he's going to perceive you as well differently.
Excellent, excellent. So
But most of us, we take the first idea and run. Yeah.
Right. I liked, anyway, I just want to wrap it up by saying thank you, and also to reinforce what you said about think, note, and write. I mean, these are essentially fantastic ideas that I think we're all going to put to use to. I thank you very much, Dr. Gupta, and I will see you on day 5 Friday. And,
keep thinking, keep thinking.
Absolutely.
Don't stop thinking. Just like breathing. We don't stop breathing. So we can't stop thinking as humans. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Appreciate. Take care. Bye. Thank you very much, Dr. Gupta. Now,